everybody, welcome to another edition of Toddster's Magical Mystery Review. I'm your host Toddster, and today we're going to take a look at the magnificent album here, John Lennon Plastic Ono Band. Came out December 11th, 1970 on Apple Records, and this is John Lennon's first true solo album. Before that, he made a few experimental albums with Yoko. Two versions, Life with Lions and Wedding album, and also did the Live Peace in Toronto album. This is a pretty interesting album, and in a good way. So by the time he made this album, he and Yoko went through some primal scream therapy sessions with Dr. Janov, something like that. All that inspired him to make this album, and at that time he wanted to make an album as quickly as possible and put it out as soon as possible. So when he made this album, he gathered Ringo and Klaus Voormann to make this album, and had Phil Spector produce it. And so let's talk about the songs, shall we? And we start off with Mother. Actually, we start off with 4 slow funeral bells, and then it goes into the song. And this one he wrote about his parents, about how they neglected him in his childhood, and and the pain is floored all over the song, and the way he screams out, "Mama, don't go, Daddy, come home," is it just makes you feel it. And then we go into Hold On. This is more gentle. This is more gentle song, and this is about loneliness and how you cope with it and all that. And I do get a kick out of the cookie, as in Cookie Monster. Yeah, but it's a bit short though. But nonetheless, it's a good song. And then we go into a more heavy song. I Found Out. Yeah, this was one about his disillusion with all sorts of stuff, religion and drugs and other figures and all that. Then we go into Working Class Hero. Yeah, and there's John's commentary about society, about turning working class people into middle class and all that, and this shocked a lot of people at the time when John blurted out a couple F-bombs, and the record label EMI was very concerned about it. So when they printed the lyrics on the inner sleeve, they just they censored it, with a line of asterisks, with a little footnote that says "omitted at the assistance of EMI." And then we end the first side with Isolation. Yeah, this one he wrote about the insecurity of how he and Yoko was facing at the time, and but I do like how the double track vocals so spread out onto each speaker. And it's a lovely tune, with a bit of a bluesy piano from John. And so we flip the record, and we go with Remember. This another song inspired by the primal scream therapy, and about the pain of his childhood, and not to worry about the past, and he even gets a nod to the Guy Fawkes night, you know, remember the 5th of November? And so we go into probably the most positive and most gentle number on this album, Love. And yeah, it's just John singing with his guitar alongside with Phil Spector, who plays piano. And yeah, it's a wonderful, beautiful song. And you know, and then we go into gentle, into heavy again with Well, Well, Well. And yeah, and you might say that John sort of invented grunge music with this song, you know, but a bit too much screaming to my ears though, but you know, that's okay. Then we go into Look at Me. Now John wrote this back in India in '68, you know, using the Travis Pick guitar style that he learned, you know, and that he also used in Dear Prudence and Julia. And yeah, it's a nice little tune. And then we go into God. Now this caught a lot of ears, you know, when John comes out and says, you know, goes through a list of idols that he don't believe, you know, and even ending it with, you know, I don't believe in Beatles, I just believe in me, Yoko and me, and saying that, you know, the dream is over. Yeah, it's a very very touching, but yet, you know, sort of a painful song, so to speak. But yeah, but it has great piano from Billy Preston, and yeah, it's a wonderful tune. Then we finally end the album with My Mummy's Dead. Now John made this as a little demo, you know, that's why it sounds not so great, you know, but it's sort of like a bonus track in a sense. So that's the album. So let's talk about the album artwork, shall we? So just you know, just John and Yoko sitting by a tree, and well, actually, I should mention that around the same time, Yoko put out an album, you know, similar to this, you know, using you know, both using Ringo and Klaus, and interesting is that, you know, John and Yoko switched places for each album. So and then the back is a very young John from back in his childhood days, and yeah, it's so what do I say about this album? Well, to be honest, I never understood this album until now, you know, because you know, I could feel. I guess you have to prepare yourself to listen to this album, so you could feel the pain and the angst and the love and the affection. You know, that's all poured into here, and yeah, but yeah, it's a pretty good album. And as far as ranking, I would give this 3.5 Johns out of 5. Yeah, so there we have it. John Lennon and the Plastic Ono Band. So yeah, so my name is Toddster. You just watched another Magical Mystery Review, and I'll see you next time. Till then, toodaloo.